What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another FFBE War of the Visions video, and I've been getting asked a lot of questions. When is Venera coming out? When is the Tactics banner? How long do I have to save? What are all these things going on? Well, today we're going to be going over a list of when these things came out in JP, so you guys can have a better idea of how long you have to save and what to look forward to when it comes out in the global version. Let's get into it. So guys, for this video, remember that if you don't want to be spoiled, don't look anymore. Turn the video off right now. I'm going to tell you everything that came out in JP so far. I'm going to be referencing Hadeson's nice spreadsheet. Hadeson came to me, JP first day player, been playing it all the way through, knows a lot about JP, has been helping me out with a lot of tips, and they've always asked me to share what they've put on Reddit to you guys. That's the person I keep referencing in all my videos with that knowledge. So they asked me to share this spreadsheet. There's a lot of good information on here. It'll be linked in the description below. Also remember that JP and Global are going to be entirely different in a lot of ways, right? That means it's just how these games work. We have been told in interviews, and Fujimoto-san said to me, which is the FFBE and FFBE War of the Visions global producer, that there will be global exclusives added to the game. So, maybe like Esther, he didn't say any names, but he said would you like that? I said, yes, well, that's the thing that's going to happen. So it's going to be Esther, Fravia, and he said that in front of a bunch of people, so it's not like some secret thing I'm not supposed to say or anything like that. So don't be like, oh my gosh, Claic, you ruined your career. No, he already told me. It's fine. So what we're going to see here is you see a day since launch. So it's going to have dates for what JP got, and then how long after launch, so how long you had in between. And then you're going to have that same thing for global. So we can kind of compare the two and see where this roadmap is going to go. So you can see that after 8 days on JP and 7 days in global, we both got the same banner here. We had Frederica, Shadow Lynx, and Shiva added to the group. So there is a day disparity there, but I don't think it's that big of a deal to really worry about too much. Next step up. Next release, I guess. I want to say step up, but step up's like a banner. The next release. We're about 3 days ahead of the schedule here. I think it's probably because they already had the units ready to go. Like they just had to translate them instead of like making them or something. I don't know, but it's a 3 day increase. I don't really think that's big of a deal. You guys can let me know in the comments if it is, if you think so. But you can see that there is a difference here. So we got the banner. You guys can summon on it right now with Yerma, Nasha, and then you guys can farm the free unit Etra, and then you can also get Ramu right from the banner. If we look over at the JP side, they are all there as well. However, there is an outlier, and that is Christmas Ramada and the little Moogle reindeer vision card that looks so cool. So essentially, we can already see a divergence right there. And that's because we're not during the Christmas season. I just don't think there's going to be some Christmas in April thing. However, there could be an Easter event that Global's going to be getting. So you can see that after, how long is this? We'll see, 3, 10, 17 days. It looks like 17 days between these two. We get to, I do weird math, guys. You guys already know that. 17 days, they released another unit in Christmas Moncherie, along with a Christmas UR vision card. Well, I don't think that Global is going to be getting that. So this is like the perfect spot for them to either A, accelerate Final Fantasy Tactics, which I'm kind of hoping not for some people, so they can have more time to save Visior, or they're going to put an Easter unit here. So we could get some kind of Easter surprise. It seems like around the perfect time for them to drop something Easter. But again, this is where there's no way that Global and Japan can be the same, because they're not going to release a Christmas unit here. So moving on after that, by about 9 days, you guys are going to hit the Final Fantasy Tactics banner. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking that question, when do I think Tactics is going to be released? Give me a thumbs up right now. I need it. You guys did so well in the last video. 1,000 thumbs up. You guys are insane. Thumbs up for me answering this question right here. About 50 million times to everybody. It should be released from, you can see that right now it was 12/1 to 12/27, so 26 days. So we should have around 26 days, almost a full month, for you guys to keep grinding and saving that Visior for these limited time units. You guys are going to be able to get your hands on a free to obtain Gafgarian, dark physical attacker who can be a farmer, outstanding unit, and it's going to be like Etra and then Estrola, where you can kind of farm their shards from the event and get them maxed out and getting prepared for when you have some extra materials to get the TMR, because you should be able to max LB him from the event. Then we have Ramza here. Not going to go into too much detail on all these units, but very, very good buffer attacker. Not the highest of attack, not going to be blowing stuff up like Orlandu or, a Yerma or anything like that, but can hold himself up and do pretty good. And then we have Orlandu, everybody's waiting on. Orlandu's fantastic. And then we have this vision card. So I know a lot of people were with me and they summoned for Frederica and they said, hey, I'm not really going to go too hard on Orlandu or them because they're limited. I would try to get this vision card. This vision card is outstanding. I don't know how they're going to do it in the global version. Like if there's going to be a step up or a guaranteed or anything like that, we'll have to wait and see. But this card is very, very good. Moving forward, we have 5 days only in between the tactics and the next banner, which is Katone, which you guys have probably seen from the story, and Earth Ninja, very, very good. And I don't know her name. Sasayaki maybe, or Whisper. I can't remember exactly what her name is. You guys can let me know in the comments below, but she was a release as well. And I do believe this is Odin here. It's kind of a small picture, but I do believe Odin was released with them. And guys, Odin is one of the best physical, if not the best physical Esper that you guys can get. You guys definitely want to get your hands on this Esper. So it's kind of tough though, right? Because we have a vision card here we want to get and a vision card here we want to get. I mean, the thing is, this one's limited. This one's not. So Odin could show up at any time for you guys. So I wouldn't worry too much about that pressure. And again, who knows? Global could be like tactics, this banner, and just stack them up. Who knows, right? But this is just giving you guys a general outlook of what you should be looking for. So yeah, there's that. Moving on from that, we do have a Red Mage tanking unit, amazing Miranda water unit. There are not a lot of good water units in the game just right yet. She's going to be one of them. I think a lot of people are split on how good she really is, but I really like her a lot, and I think you guys will too. She will be coming, what is that, 14 days. 14 days after the Katone banner, so you have 2 weeks to kind of save up. Try to, hopefully they have story events, they have the login bonuses, everything to get your hands on some Visior. And remember, as long as they're not limited, you guys can farm their shards in the hard quest. So it's not exactly an end-all be-all like it is with Orlandu, for example, who is limited, where you have to get a charge right now in Thancred, or you're not going to be able to get them until they bring the event back. So even though these units are kind of released in a little bit of a fast succession, like a week or 5 days, 2 weeks, if you end up getting them or you don't, if you pull them later, there's always a hard quest to get their shards and get them at least to LB3 so they're useful to you and you can get all their abilities. Moving on. Okay, remember when I talked about the double gunner meta? This is her. Lucia is absolutely insane. Very, very cool unit. Again, not just a gunner, a double gunner. Going to be able to chain because of the whole missile attack damage with your Frederica. Going to be great to get your hands on, and comes with Tetrasilphid, which is an absolute outstanding Esper and vision card for your ranged missile attackers. So that's going to be great right here. I'm definitely going for her. The problem is, I feel like I want to go for somebody on every banner because I really love all these units. They do a real good job, at least with me, in provoking me to want these units. Like, there are some times where in other games I'm like, you know, like 7 Deadly Sins. I was like, I don't really need Red Helper. It's whatever. I don't really like him. I like all of these units. And we're going to talk about here in a second why you kind of want to start building up a lot of units. We'll get into that in a second. Moving on, looks like we have, after that, we'll have a 2-week break again. Then we're going to get the, I think that's Victoria, the Ice Wezit Queen. She is known as not being that great. And then you get the Ochu card, which is something you guys can skip. So I think, honestly, there's a big gap between here and here to get to this point where a lot of people want Venera, who is going to be very, very good. A dark, like, assassin type unit, doing a lot of damage if she's hitting from the back, and a lot of people are going to wonder for waifu status. So you have a little bit of time here to save up between these two. Now, again, global could be entirely different. Moving on, we are moving on to Rain. Now, Rain does release in the old War of the Visions, and he is an awesome unit. He is going to have magic tanking capabilities, do some damage, and he is not limited, okay? The next limited unit after Orlandu that they had was Warrior of Light. It's going to be a Final Fantasy 1 banner. So that's going to be a lot of time between limited banners, right? It's almost a 3-month time gap for you guys to save up if you're like, I definitely want all the limited units. All the Final Fantasy straight up, you know, core 1 through 15 units, I got to have. At least you have time to save up. One of the things they love to do on these banners, though, is put a really nice vision card with them as well. So it's a little bit tough. But Rain is awesome. I love Rain. He's my favorite character from Brave Exvius. I'm definitely getting a hold of him. You can see that he came with Mobius cards. I'm unsure if... I'm assuming Global will have them too. It was like a nod to Mobius, as sadly that's one of the Square Enix titles that are ending soon. Or eventually, I don't know when exactly it's going to be ending, but that's what they've said. They're going to be ending service. And then after that, we're going to have the Warrior of Light, the Final Fantasy 1. Limited time banner. So if you guys are wondering who's better, Engelbert or Warrior of Light, Warrior of Light is better, strictly speaking, because he can actually take some magic damage. Like, Engelbert really, really sucks at taking magic damage. A Warrior of Light's going to be your man when it comes time to do that. But again, as you can see, you can kind of plan if you want to go for him, if you just want to use Rain. I'm not going to be going for him. It's not that I don't love Warrior of Light. I love the way he looks in this game. It's just that limited time units, and also we're not sure how this is all going to turn out for this this Orlandu or this Ramza, right? Because in the FF14 collaboration, in the JP version, you couldn't buy Thancred like we could. So we bought Thancred. I'm also almost 100% sure Thancred was just straight up not double shards like Gilgamesh is, but he is in the global version. So who knows if they're going to have some easy way for people to get their hands on Ramza, and then they just turn up, and every time it's a limited unit in global, they make them double shards. That would be absolutely disgusting. and really, really hard for you guys out there. And I'm already skipping them because, again, if I pull them, I have to literally just unload all of my Visior, which is fine. Play how you want to. I'm trying to play the way I think is smart. I don't like investing in a double cost unit, even a limited time unit, right? Because you have to pull for them. People say, like, on average, you got to spend 24K to 30K to hopefully get them, because there's not, like, Ramza has a guaranteed step up, but it's paid Visior, and then a lot of you guys aren't going to be using paid Visior, so... And Orlandu, from what I understand, didn't have a guaranteed step up. So you're going to have to spend a lot into getting them. You could get lucky. And then you have to spend at least like 30,000 with shop refreshes, buying their shards, etc., to get them all the way maxed out. And that's a huge Visior dump. And then like the next week they release something super, super awesome that you wanted, but you're out of Visior. So I like to have at least a box of Visior saved up for something that may be coming out. And with these limited time banners, it seems like you kind of have to just blow it all when you decide to hit that detonate button and go in. So that's my point of view. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. Cloud, Titus, Squall, even things like that, I'm going to lose my mind probably over, you know it. But right now, with these units that are out right now, that's my plan. The next units that come out, I don't know their names because I'm really bad. But this unit right here is an Earth Mage, and she is like apparently the Medina surpasser. So like we have Medina, and Medina's still amazing, right? Like it's not like you build up a Medina to 99 and she's like, oh, this unit came out, Medina's trash. Nope. But she is, like, people are saying she, like, can do things a little bit better than Medina, right? Because it's a power creep in all these games. But Medina's still going to be great. So she's going to be coming out, apparently came out April 1st, and that's where we are right now in the JP version of the game. So you can look at this, guys. I'll have it in the link in the description below. The one thing I do want to talk about, and you guys can learn more about it if you look it up, is the tower event. I do believe that comes 4 months after the release of the game. So we'll have 4 months to build up our units. You guys are going to go in this tower. It's going to have a lot of floors. There's going to be great rewards for going up the tower. And the way it works is, you know, you take a team in. If they die, you have to wait 24 hours for them to come back to life. You have to go each floor all the way up. You know, you try to get to the top to get all these great rewards. And you're going to need a lot of units to go through. So you want your unit box to be kind of built out. So you could be like 4 in here. Oh, this person died. Well, I can just slot this person in. Oh, that looks like a light damaged, like a light monster. Let me just get all my dark units and, you know, as many as I have to go in and fight it. And it's going to be a challenge for a lot of people, like a big challenge. There are going to be a lot of people that don't finish the tower on the first go. It should be a reoccurring thing that happens. I don't know how often it'll happen, but it should be a reoccurring thing. But that is the in-game concept. That and raids, right? Sadly, we haven't got the FF14 raid. Sorry, my dog's barking. But that's the in-game. Like, people are asking, dude, why am I even leveling all these units? I can just beat everything in one shot. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's what's looming. And it has great rewards. I think it has even rainbow fragment shards, which means it can be used on anybody. Hopefully limited time units as well. Let me know in the comments below if you guys play JP. So, and nice weapons and equipment, and in raids, eventually they're going to be nice, like +5 equipment in the raids that you guys can get your hands on if you can beat the hardest difficulty, which will require your units to be built up. So don't worry, guys. I know you guys have been grinding your little fingers off and your eyes have been like turning red because you've been grinding so much, but there is a challenge for you guys near the end. They're just letting people have time to catch up. Tons of quality of life coming across the board. Hopefully it comes sooner than later in global. But overall, I really hope that I've answered your guys' questions on what's to come and how you guys can plan, how you want to spend your Visior and what you want to spend it on. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below who you're saving for out of all these. Who's your favorite unit out of all of them? If I had to pick my favorite one, it'd be Lucia and then Rain. Those are my 2. I'll just pick 2. Subscribe to me here on YouTube. Follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.